$570 a day from affiliate marketing on autopilot.
What's going on, my friend?
I'm Michael from Mindset.win. Welcome to series of videos about how to make money online with affiliate marketing. And the lesson today is get traffic from PPC Advertising.
And welcome to this short course on PPC Advertising. In this little short course over the next 15 to 25 minutes, I'm going to be covering everything that you should know to get started with PPC Advertising. I'm going to share some common mistakes a lot of people make when getting started with PPC Advertising. I'm going to talk about some of the 4 major platforms, advertising platforms that is, for PPC. Now there are others. I'm just going to focus on the major ones that I have the most experience with. I'm also going to share some tips and advice on how to maximize or increase your chances of being successful with PPC advertising. So let's begin. So what exactly is PPC advertising? And I found this definition: pay-per-click advertising, or better known as PPC. Okay, it's also known as cost per click, or CPC. So you see those used interchangeably, but they're pretty much the same thing. It's an internet advertising model used to direct traffic to websites in which an advertiser pays a publisher, typically a website owner or a network of websites, when the ad is clicked. So simply put, you are a publisher, you're a blog on let's say wedding dresses. Okay, that's always the example that I like to use in my videos. So you have a blog on wedding dresses, and you want to monetize that blog in some fashion. So you go to Google, you sign up for the Google AdSense. So you put advertisements on your wedding dress website. So I'm a manufacturer of wedding dresses, so I need to reach people that go to your site. So one way of doing that is that Google will facilitate that advertising relationship. So you put the ad on your site, I'll pay Google. When someone visits your site and they see my advertisement and they click on the ad on your wedding dress blog, and then they come to my site and they make a purchase, or if they don't make a purchase, they just click, you will receive a certain percentage of that click. So Google will charge me, let's say $5 a click. You get a certain percentage of that $5, and I will get the traffic. So it's kind of an exchanging kind of traffic for dollars, sort of to speak, and this is the business model that facilitates that whole trade. Now, another thing that you commonly may hear when we talk about PPC advertising, you may hear people talk about paid search, and pretty much they're very similar, but paid search has one unique attribute that typically pay-per-click does not have, and it's the cost per million, or the cost per thousand, sorry, the CPM model, which is the cost per impression, and M being representative of 1,000. So here is a definition I got for paid search off econsultancy.com. One of my favorite blogs. Deals with a lot of high-level strategy, not too many tactics, but nonetheless a great resource that you want to add to your resource list as you prepare your journey in this digital marketing. So paid search marketing means you advertise within a sponsored list of search engines or a partner site by either paying each time your ad is clicked, or lesser commonly when your ad is displayed. So with the CPM model, every time your ad is viewed by 1,000 people, you're charged a set or a fixed amount. So the cost could be $100 per 1,000 impressions, or it could be $20 per 1,000 impressions. Typically, the lower amount of the lower cost per 1,000 impressions, probably the lower quality of the traffic. Okay, the lower quality of the traffic. So that's something to keep in mind. So what is PPC advertising? Just in case you've never seen PPC advertising, if you go into Google right now and you type in PPC training, PPC advertising, or PPC software, you may see some results like these that you see here. So this area here at the top, okay, are paid results. Okay, underneath these advertisements are organic results. Okay, so this is what someone naturally optimized their website for. This is what someone paid for here. I could go in right now and compete for this placement here. Okay, I can't go and compete here. You definitely can't do that overnight. Over a period of time, I can maybe optimize my website so I can become #1 for people searching for PPC software. But that typically takes a lot of time. So that's one of the powerful things about PPC is that you can start getting traffic as soon as you want to. Okay, as fast as you want to with no real delay. Okay, so that's the beauty of PPC advertising. So this is just an example of PPC advertising at work, and this is the AdWords model here. This is the AdWords model. This is probably one of the most popular PPC platforms is AdWords by Google. So how to get started in PPC advertising? Here I have the kind of top 4 PPC advertising platforms. I have Google AdWords. I have good AdWords, but that should be Google AdWords. That's a typo there. But AdWords isn't always good. AdWords isn't always bad. AdWords is a little tricky. So AdWords was really probably the first platform to really popularize the PPC model. There were some other competitors back in the day, like 7 Search was a really popular one that I used to use a lot. But Google AdWords really took the model to a whole nother level, and that was really because of the popularization of the AdSense program. So you literally had thousands of bloggers, website owners, and publishers around the world that wanted to monetize their blogs. So in doing so, they would put a little snippet of JavaScript, a little snippet of code on their site to populate their blog with ads from people advertising on the Google network. And because a lot of people made a lot of money doing this, it really popularized the whole concept of PPC advertising. Okay, so they kind of use this social growth model for their PPC platform, whereas a lot of other PPC platforms you could do some publisher advertising, but you weren't getting as much money as you were with Google. Okay, so that became the choice for premium publishers. So if you wanted to appear on very popular sites, on sites that had tons of traffic, then you needed to go through Google, because Google was paying the most to publishers, and the publishers with the most popular sites made the most money with Google. So if you wanted to appeal to the demographics going to those sites, you had to go through Google. A very smart model. Not a lot of people talk about how they grew in popularity, but that's just pretty much a little small breakdown about how they really did it. Another network, Yahoo used to have their own network, but they've merged with Bing. So Yahoo Bing network, probably notably the second or third largest PPC platform, because you're taking really 2 very popular search engines, not as popular as Google, of course, but 2 of the most popular ones, the MSN Bing and the Yahoo network. Again, Yahoo and Bing ads are typically going to give you a better ROI. Google is very expensive, tons of competitors on Google, and I found that I get a better return on investment with Bing ads as well, just because the cost per click, so the amount that I actually pay Bing per click, per visitor, or per person visiting my site for advertising is a lot lower than Google AdWords. Okay, so I find that on average. Again, a very popular network. They have a certification program. I'm going to talk a little bit about that when I share some resources for really getting started in PPC advertising. But that's an important note. Also have Facebook here. So people may not consider Facebook true like paid search. They do have a PPC model, but it's within the Facebook network. So I can advertise to almost anyone on Facebook. I can't advertise on other sites outside of Facebook. So it's not paid search, but it is a PPC model. And people are getting some great results using the PPC model on Facebook. I've done some Facebook advertising, and I've got clicks as low as 5-10 cents with a high level of engagement. Again, you want to try to keep most of your advertising efforts on Facebook if you want to get those lower cost per clicks, because taking traffic from Facebook to your site they're going to charge you more of a premium on that. But if you own a group, a Facebook group, or you have a Facebook page that's branded with your product or service, then it may not be so bad to just really focus on getting as much engagement with your posts there, or trying to grow a mailing list by capturing email addresses on Facebook and then marketing those people, trying to get them off Facebook at a later date. But just trying to get them off of Facebook to your site is going to be more costly. And Facebook is probably going to show your ads a little less as well because they're very smart. They've edge rank, which is the Facebook algorithm for how they determine how ads are shown and how content is shown. They're pretty smart in that they give less priority for people advertisers trying to take people off of Facebook. So one limitation there, you can almost reach any demographic that you really want to on Facebook, which is absolutely amazing, and you cannot get that level of granularity on any other ad platform. And if you know of another ad platform that allows you to break down your target market the way that Facebook does, please contact me. But Google does not allow that type of breakdown. Yahoo Bing does not allow that type. Advertising.com, they can break things down based upon content and kind of psychographics, a kind of lifestyle. So if you wanted to go after pet owners, if you want to go after the LBGLT community, you can kind of target them. So more so lifestyle, psychographics, but Facebook has it all: demographics, psychographics, likes, dislikes, everything. People recently divorced. I mean, you could target anyone on Facebook, which really makes your ads that much more effective, right? Effective advertising is the right message at the right time for the right person. Okay, the right message at the right time for the right person. Okay, so advertising is all about that. So being in front of a person that was recently divorced, or being in front of a person that just announced that they're pregnant, and you have baby, your Jessica Alba's Honest brand, which is a brand of high-end organic baby products, then you want to reach people that are new mothers, okay? Because they're going to be concerned about the health of their baby. They're going to be concerned also about purchasing baby products. So Facebook would be your vehicle of choice of reaching that demographic. Also, when getting started with PPC, there are a few things that you must understand. One component to your PPC success, outside of the way that Facebook's set up, I mean more so talking about Google and Bing here, is your keyword research is going to be crucial. Okay, you have to know what keywords your potential customers will be searching for. What keywords are they searching for? So you have to anticipate both these. So you must have a research component. So there must be some keyword research component. And when you're researching those keywords, there are basically three categories of keyword types. And if you're familiar with PPC, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I figure for someone that's maybe watching this video for the first time, you may not be familiar or realize there are three basic types of keywords when you do PPC advertising. That's broad match, that's phrase match, and then that's exact match. Okay, so that's broad match, phrase match, exact match. And the distinction here is that when you talk about broad match, let's say you're bidding on a keyword attorney. Okay, let's say Miami attorney. Okay, that's your broad match. That's your keyword. And now you want to do a broad match. So someone might be searching Miami attorney for divorce. Okay, that's a broad match because part of the keyword that the people are looking for is Miami lawyer, Miami attorney. Okay, the other part is Miami attorney that does divorce, Miami attorney, a divorce lawyer in Miami. Okay, that is a broad match. So broad is all of the words that you're bidding on are part of the words you're bidding on. Okay, that will show for people searching. So it gives you kind of an expanded approach to the keywords that you bid on. But this can get very expensive, and if you don't watch it, broad, you can waste a lot of money with broad advertising. So the next type of PPC advertising is what we call phrase. So phrase is any mix of words kind of in any order. So let's say we are bidding on a keyword, Miami divorce lawyer. Okay, so Miami divorce lawyer, everyone may not search it in that order. People might put divorce lawyer in Miami. Okay, that would be a phrase match. So we would then, our advertising would show the people searching for that. Miami divorce lawyer or divorce lawyer Miami, that will also show our phrase, because within kind of the quotes you can just kind of move the words around, and that's how you get the phrase. And then exact match is exactly, your advertising will only show when someone puts exactly the words that you're bidding on in the exact same order. So if we're bidding on Miami divorce lawyer, so Miami divorce lawyer was the word that we're bidding on. If someone does not search Miami divorce lawyer, even if they search lawyer in Miami that does divorce, we will not show. It's only Miami divorce lawyer in that order will our advertising show. So that's more of an exact match. So as you see, you probably get higher levels of conversions with exact match, but you get more traffic with broad match. Okay, because not everyone's going to be searching for that exact word. People may be searching for parts or pieces of that word. But again, you may get a lot of traffic that does not convert or follow up or call you, because you may have someone that is looking, let's say a student is doing research on divorces in Miami. Okay, they may be doing research on the top divorce lawyers. They don't want to necessarily get a divorce themselves. So if you're bidding on a bunch of broad keywords, you get people that are doing research. You may get competitors that want to call around and see what other divorce lawyers are charging. Again, with broad match, you may attract your competitors that's kind of doing some research on the market. You may have people that sell products to lawyers, so they may be doing some searches, and if you bid on a bunch of broad keywords, those people do searches. They'll click on your ads to try to get in contact with you to sell you some type of lawyer legal management software, something along those lines. So again, you have broad, you get more traffic. Exact, you get a lot less traffic, but it converts better. Also, just getting started with PPC advertising. Now, there are a few things. You must manage your PPC campaigns. A beginner's mistake that I oftentimes come by is that people will go through all this work to set up the campaign, to bid on the keywords, and then they think it's set and forget. They think like, oh, it's like SEO. I kind of manage it from afar. I kind of check in once a week. And that is a huge mistake. And I want to talk about some common mistakes later on in this training video, but I figured that I would touch on that now. So you must actively manage your PPC campaigns. I actually suggest logging into your account at least twice a day in the beginning of the day to see the results from maybe last night, and at the end of your workday as well. Okay, and I mean that would depend upon what type of campaigns you weren't running, if you're running any specials, how often you check your PPC campaigns. But for your average user, I mean, twice a day should be sufficient. If you're managing thousands of dollars in advertising, you probably just want to monitor that, or you probably have some software that kind of manages that for you automatically, and you just kind of set parameters, which is kind of above probably most people taking this course, but they do have softwares that can manage all of your PPC advertisements across Bing, Yahoo, Google, Facebook, advertising.com, all in one platform. Another thing that people commonly don't do as far as managing, you need to constantly be adding keywords. You need to constantly be adding keywords to your campaign, testing different keywords. You need to add negative keywords. So negative keywords are, once you add a negative keyword into an ad campaign, that word will not show. So you will not bid on that keyword. So for example, a negative keyword for attorney in Miami, a negative keyword could be DUI. So let's say I have a legal practice, I do everything but DUI. I'm not a DUI attorney. So I don't want people in Miami searching or calling me or clicking on my ads because I do not do DUIs. So a negative keyword could be DUI. So I will put that in my campaign. So anytime someone searches Miami lawyer, DUI, Miami lawyer, my advertisement will not show, and I will not waste money or time on people looking for that keyword. So a lot of people aren't actively kind of testing different negative keywords. Another kind of thing to talk about is the daily management. You should be looking at adding negative keywords on a daily basis, adding different keywords on a daily basis. You need to review your cost per clicks as well. So if you're noticing that cost per clicks are going up or cost per clicks are going down, you just need to, be able to monitor those on a, like I said, a daily basis as well, to get that better ROI, because there's always room for improvement with PPC. And then you also want to tweak your landing pages. Sometimes the cost that you pay per click is determined by the relevancy of the page that you're sending the traffic to. So tweaking your landing page, testing titles, testing call to actions, testing headlines, doing some A/B split testing, all of that stuff is very important. So here I'm going to be focusing on some advice and tips on PPC advertising. So one suggestion that I recommend is to get Google AdWords certified. Even if you're familiar with using Google AdWords, they roll out a lot of cool products. This summer they came out with some cool expanded ad product. And I was actually at the Google headquarters this summer in San Francisco and getting a training on this new product that they were rolling out. And I actually had access to it about a month before it was released to market. Okay, so getting Google AdWords certification just shows that you're serious about your practice, serious about learning more. And it also shows your clients that you know the best practices when it comes to Google AdWords. And it's just good information, great information that applies and will make you a much better digital marketer. So that's one advice, a tip. Another thing is that you should learn the basic terms and concepts associated with PPC marketing. So there are a lot of terms: ROI, conversion rate, click-through rate, CPC, CPM, all these things. You should be able to have a working knowledge of some of the basic terms associated with PPC. And I commend you, because you're probably taking this course because you want to learn some of the basic terms and concepts associated with PPC. But so continue that spirit of scholarship and really understanding PPC advertising. Another thing, you want to research the main types of advertising, PPC advertising, that you can use. So you want to be looking at new platforms. You want to be looking at new features within Google, looking at new features within Facebook, looking at new advertising features with advertising.com. You just want to know, because these companies have to be innovative in the way that they display ads and allow you to reach customers. So you really want to always kind of keep an open mind as to trying new things. And that's really going to come from continuing that research, continuing that scholarship, and really becoming a student of PPC. Another thing, if you have not gotten started, I always recommend just opening a Google AdWords account and a Microsoft AdCenter account. That Microsoft AdCenter is what you're going to be able to use to advertise on Yahoo and Bing. And just do a trial run. Typically, you can get some free AdWords credits, $250, $50 free AdWords credit, free Microsoft AdCenter credit. Use that credit and just run a campaign. Just get comfortable, do a dry run with a campaign, and use the credits, bid on keywords, use some negative keywords, do some broad match, some exact match, do some phrase match keywords, experiment with the headlines that you use in your ads, experiment with the call to action in your ads, experiment taking out certain words, adding certain words, and learn by doing. Learn by doing. Step 4, or tip 5 really, is to find video tutorials on PPC marketing. Again, you're taking this course. There are other learning platforms, udemy.com, skillshare.com, lynda.com, coursera.com, Khan Academy. So there's so many online learning platforms. A lot of them have tons of PPC marketing videos. You can also go on YouTube and reference some videos there. A lot of great content on YouTube these days regarding PPC marketing. The next step is to read online articles about common PPC mistakes. So you want to try to avoid the mistakes. So someone told me that a smart man learns from his mistakes, okay? And a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. So you really want to try to be a wise man or a wise woman when it comes to PPC, marketing. Okay, so you want to look at the common mistakes that others make. And I do have a slide that I dedicated solely in this training to some of the common mistakes. But you want to try to avoid those like the plague. Okay, it will make your life a lot easier of taking the approach of learning from others' mistakes versus making those hard mistakes yourself. You also want to read search engine marketing news. Okay, I mean, Search Engine Land is a popular one, and there are a few others. You can go on Reddit. There are tons of subreddits on the topic of PPC advertising. I would suggest reading all of those. Again, you want to look at as many PPC blogs to kind of see the latest trends, best practices, what people are doing, what are the trends in PPC advertising. You just really want to keep a pulse on what's going on in the world of PPC advertising. That will just make you a much better marketer. Also gives you some opportunities for networking and reaching out to the authors and the bloggers that write these articles. You know, reach out to them on social media, follow them on Twitter, make comments, develop relationships with them, because you know, you never know, maybe they'll become part of your mastermind, or maybe they'll be willing to mentor you in some capacity. But it all comes down to the power of showing initiative as well as the power of networking. So what are some common PPC mistakes? So some common PPC mistakes are, and these are this isn't a the end-all be-all list of common mistakes. These are just some mistakes that I've made over the years, as well as ones I know a lot of people getting started in PPC typically make. So sending traffic to the home page. I know kind of your first idea is that you want to just send traffic to your home page. Typically, your average website has a lot going on. Typically, the specificity where you need a conversion is not going to happen on the home page, because the home page typically is very broad. Okay, and it breaks down different pages or categories that are a little more specific, that will increase the chances of that traffic, that keyword that you're bidding on, of actually having some type of conversion and making some type of purchase. Now, if you have a single landing page, that's a lot different. So if you just only have one page on your site, that's different. But for a very large site, imagine if Amazon was bidding on a ton of keywords and you just went to Amazon.com. And let's say you're a consumer. Let's say you saw advertising for a coffee maker on some coffee maker review site, and you click through and you just go to Amazon.com. You don't land on coffee makers. You don't land on anything about coffee. You're seeing books. You're seeing DVDs. You're seeing jump ropes. You're seeing everything, but you don't see anything about coffee maker. What's the chance that you're going to go through to Amazon and actually search and look for a coffee maker? You're probably going to be hit the back button. And I mean, Amazon may be a little different. Maybe you have an account on Amazon. Maybe it's easy to navigate on Amazon because you've been there before. But imagine you've never been to Amazon.com. You never even heard of Amazon.com. But they're bidding on coffee maker. You click through and you just go to their homepage. It's so busy that the chances of you finding coffee makers and making a purchase are going to be pretty slim, especially if you've never heard of them. So you want to avoid this sending traffic randomly to the homepage. Again, failing to split test ad text. So you want to test everything. You want to take a word out, remove a word, capitalize a word, uncapitalize a word, use a certain call to action. This is going to be very important because PPC is all about tweaking and testing and optimizing, tweaking, testing, optimizing, tweaking, testing, optimizing. And if you aren't tweaking, testing, and optimizing, you're not fully leveraging PPC for all that it has to offer to you as a marketer. Also, as I talked about earlier about kind of broad match, one common mistake is that people don't know about the other two match types. They don't know about phrase, they don't know about exact match. So they rely solely on broad match. This is a common mistake that a lot of people make. And this is something that you want to avoid. And when you're doing your keyword research, you need to kind of really understand, really kind of draw even a picture of who your ideal visitor is. Okay, and that will help you categorize which type of match type you'll need. It also will help you categorize this next tip here of not using negative keywords. Okay, I explained this a little earlier, but for example, I'll give another example of negative keywords. So you have, let's say you are a baker and you don't have any gluten-free products. Okay, and gluten-free is kind of a popular search term right now. A lot of people look for gluten-free desserts and gluten-free donuts and gluten-free cakes and all this stuff. So let's say you don't offer any gluten-free products. You may want to add the word gluten-free. Okay, you may want to add the word gluten-free as a negative keyword. Therefore, when people are searching for your work, people are searching for your bakery, they won't waste time coming to your bakery website and realizing that you don't offer any gluten-free products. And then they're going to click, but you've already paid for that particular click. So gluten-free would be a negative keyword that you add if you were a baker.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel to learn make money online with affiliate marketing deeply.